Tell us what they're making of the Euro Summit.
Oh, well, Le Figaro has got Merkel-Hollande, the confrontation, on their front page this morning. Now, they're trying to play up as much as possible the idea that Hollande and Merkel are unable to see eye to eye on the issue, especially of Eurobonds, of course, which they accuse him, in quoting extensively from the right-wing German press inside that paper, they accuse him of being intransigent and arrogant, words more frequently associated with Germany, of course, when we're talking about the euro. But they think he's being arrogant in insisting on forcing through this idea of Eurobonds without much German support. Now, it's got to have strong German support if it's going to work, because the whole idea is to extend Germany's rather more generous interest rates that it can borrow at to the rest of Europe by mutualising their debt. Now, Les Echos, the business paper, is a little bit more conciliatory. They've put France and Germany own up to their differences on their front page, which is a little bit more peaceable, if you like, whereas the left-wing paper Libération say that the whole idea that there's a massive left-right clash going on between France and Germany is a bit outdated. The whole continent, as they see it, is starting to work its way around to the idea of Eurobonds, and if there's any division, it's more between the successful economies of the north, that's France and Germany, really, and the poorer ones of the south, like Spain and Italy, who want something done quickly.
So embarrassing headlines this morning for politicians on both the left and the right political divides.
Yes, Arnaud Montebourg here on the front page of Libération. He's been a rising star of the French left since the socialist primary back last October. He's now the Minister for Productive Redressment, which is industry, essentially, and stopping jobs from getting outsourced abroad. Unfortunately, he also got a €3,000 fine yesterday for defamation after insulting the bosses of Sea France last October when he was running for that socialist primary campaign. He called them fraudsters for laying off thousands of workers. Now, that's got him a condemnation then, and it might just get him ejected from the government, because the right would like to see François Hollande stick to the promise he made before the election of not having anyone with a criminal record of any kind in his government, although he has said now that he will stick by Montebourg. He wants to see him stay in the cabinet. On the other side of politics, there's a rather public row broken out on the right between former Prime Minister François Fillon and the head of the UMP, Jean-François Copé. Now, they're taking one another on, essentially, to succeed Nicolas Sarkozy to be the next leader of the French right. So the first blow has been launched by Fillon today. He's given an interview to Le Figaro magazine in which he says he sees himself as the natural successor to be leader on the right.
And one of France's biggest political scandals of recent years has raised its head again.
Yes, the Bettencourt scandal is back again. Remember this one, of course. This is about France's richest woman, L'Oréal heir Liliane Bettencourt, and who she gave brown envelopes stuffed with cash to back in 2007 when Nicolas Sarkozy was running for the presidency the first time round. Now, the front page of Le Monde this morning says that, it says that the investigation is getting closer and closer to Sarkozy himself. The Bordeaux judge who's investigating it, Jean-Michel Gentil, has told Le Monde journalists that he's pretty convinced that at least €150,000 in cash was given by the Bettencourts that found its way into the campaign accounts of Nicolas Sarkozy's first election campaign in 2007. Now he's just got to find the evidence to make that stick to the former president himself.
And what about the super important question posed by Le Parisien on its front page?
They've got what the French really care about in their hearts this morning, Louise. Are holidays becoming a luxury, they say? Now, for lots of us outside of France, of course, the 8 weeks that lots of French people typically get in a year would already be a luxury. But for the French, it's just not good enough. The recession has hit them. They can't afford to go on holiday. The Le Parisien is shocked and scandalised by a poll that they've done, saying as many as 40% of French people are going to take less than 3 weeks holiday in July and August this year, which for the French, less than 3 weeks holiday in July and August, it's national scandal. Absolutely.
Whereas we just power through, Elena. Thank you very much, Elena. Elena Casas there with our French press review. Let's just remind you of today's headlines. It may be the black sheep of the Eurozone, but other members want it to stay. EU leaders at a Brussels summit say they want Greece in, not out.